Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about percent. Percent is something I'm sure you've seen a lot before, whether it's on your cell phone or your iPad and it's charged, 70% battery, maybe in the store, something's 50% off, maybe you've received a numerical grade or score, you know that 86% is an A, whether that's still going to be the case when you get to high school, I'm not sure. But essentially, a percent is defined as a part out of 100. So we know when we look at our battery, it's fully charged at 100. It is completely dead at 0 or almost like 1. So we're going to talk more about that. In this first practice activity, the examples are really straightforward. We have our 100 grid, and it's asking us what percentage of the shape is pink. So because, again, a percent is a part out of 100, and this is already in 100, like we see 100 pieces, or 100 parts in the whole, we can just count, and I know that's 10, so I can take that one away. That must be 9. So this is 19 out of 100. Notice the connection between the fraction and the percent. So that is obviously 19%. I'm hoping that last example made a lot of sense to you. This one is the same kind of idea, but it might confuse a few kids, so I thought I'd touch on it. What percentage of the shape is green? Here we have 100 parts of the 100 grid colored in. So 100 100ths, which I hope you realize you could write it as one whole, but when we're asking percent, we say 100% of the figure is colored in, 100 out of 100 of them. This last example is a little bit trickier because, Ms. Cooper, this is only 5 parts in this whole. There's 100, and a percentage has to be out of 100. How do we do that? There's 2 different ways. I'm going to show you the way with equivalent fractions first, and then I'm going to show you how you can just use your calculator. I want you to understand the equivalent fraction way. You should, because we've used it a lot before, but the reality is, when you're in school and you figure out you get a score of 1 out of 5 on a quiz, you're probably going to just pull out your calculator to find out what percentage that is. So in terms of equivalent fractions, we have here 1/5 colored in. So we need to get to a denominator of 100 to make it easy to see what the percent is. So hopefully you know that 5 times 20 equals 100. So obviously what you do the bottom, you do the top. 1 times 20 equals 20. So our percent is 20%. So the second way to do this is to use a calculator. And this is actually a little bit of a skill you need to get used to. So I'd encourage you to practice this way as well. How you'd enter it on your calculator is, and this is related directly to the fraction. Remember, a fraction is kind of, this little fraction sign can sometimes be used as a division sign. So we're going to go 1 divided by 5, and it's going to spit out the answer 0.2. Miss Cooper, that doesn't help me. That's not a number out of 100. Well, hopefully from that last decimal section, you realize that 0.2 is the same as 0.20. Now we have 20 hundredths. We know this is the hundredths column, so it's easy to tell ourselves that the equivalent fraction to 0.20 is, or 20 hundredths, is 20 over 100, and then it's very easy to say, oh, that's 20%. Try that. Good luck. I'll see you in the next section.